The final stretch ahead of the Minnesota primaries on Tuesday. You can cast your vote in several statewide and local races. A race many are watching closely is the 5th Congressional District. Second-term Congresswoman Ilhan Omar once again facing a challenge from within her own party, this time from a familiar name, former Minneapolis City Councilman Don Samuels. Now, in the final days before the primary elections, both candidates are making their case to voters.
Omar and Samuels spending the weekend talking to voters in Minneapolis and the other sections of this district.
She has been a spitfire. People say that she represents that hardcore that doesn't compromise.
The people who are mad are people who have been ineffective for way too long in our city, in our state, who are upset because we are finally getting things done for the people.
Our political reporter Theo Keith talked to both candidates.
He has more on the biggest issues of their campaigns.
Ilhan Omar doesn't seem worried. Unlike 2 years ago when she was outraised 7-1 over the 3 months before the Democratic primary, yet still won by 35,000 votes, this time she hasn't seen the need for TV ads and isn't doing debates. I asked her about it.
It doesn't strike me that you're as worried this time. Do I have that right?
You do.
That's despite her challenger, Don Samuels, being well known. The 73-year-old former city councilman from North Minneapolis is hoping to pull the upset. He's employing some of the same campaign staff and criticisms that Omar has faced before, that she contributes to political division.
And then to see some of that divisiveness in my own party being actually led by my own congressperson, I said, okay, somebody has to do something.
Samuels tells me he agrees with Omar on most issues. In fact, he is running on just one major difference: police.
Last fall, Omar supported the effort to strip the Minneapolis Police Department from the city charter and replace it with a new agency charged with taking a public health approach to crime. She asserted that voters should choose anyone but Jacob Fry in the mayor's race.
The status quo is not working, and we need new direction.
Fry is now supporting Samuels, who was an ally in the mayor's fight against the police charter change. His side won, Omar's side lost. Samuels' takeaway: that he can peel off voters who supported Omar 2 years ago, then voted against her on the police question.
So it proved that I was in fact right with the North Side African American community, and I was right with the majority of the voters, and she wasn't.
More recently, Samuels is a plaintiff in a lawsuit over MPD's staffing that has fallen by some 350 officers since the start of 2020. The Minnesota Supreme Court has ordered the city to staff up or prove why it can't. Samuels says he wants to return to the staffing levels from before the police murder of George Floyd. Omar disagrees.
We can't just say how many police officers we want or how many police officers we don't want. We actually have to address the real issues, which is trust, accountability, transparency, and that's what I've pushed for always.
Omar sees the ballot question's defeat in a different light. She points to the city's newly confirmed public safety commissioner and continued scrutiny of MPD as proof that the city is incorporating her ideas. Changes, she says, that Samuels failed to accomplish during his time on city council 2 decades ago.
In Washington, Omar is on the cusp of 2 of her top priorities. A package of climate initiatives could head toward final passage this week. The second would come if President Joe Biden decides to cancel some student loan debt this month.
In July, Omar was briefly arrested after a protest outside the U.S. Supreme Court over abortion rights. She draws a line between that protest and a public vote in Kansas this week, where the solidly Republican state voted to maintain access to abortion.
Things like what happened in Kansas are not going to happen if we do not continue to keep this issue on the spotlight.
Samuels defended Omar after last month's protest. He says he too would fight for abortion rights in Congress. Yet Samuels says Omar too often wants to make a point without getting things done.
That's the part where I think Ilhan is missing. She's missing from those rooms, and she is on TV.
Minnesota's 5th Congressional District is one of the safest Democratic seats in the country. The question of who represents it will almost certainly be settled on Tuesday. In Minneapolis, Theo Keith, Fox 9.